Welcome to another episode of the Steal a Moment podcast with me, Michael LeBois. Today's guest is the one and only Vertigo Child. Unfortunately, this episode was supposed to be released last week, but I unfortunately got very, very, very sick last week and was unable to release the episode. So everything you guys will hear, unfortunately, will come in a context of it being released last week. So Frank's record, Finding Comfort in Strange Places, is out now. So go pick that up on Apple Music, on Spotify, anywhere you guys listen to your music. Go check out his videos on YouTube. All of that information will be in the description below or in the description of your audio podcast. Also, if you guys haven't had a chance to yet, head over while you're still in Spotify or Apple Music. Head over to Gunpowder Empire and pick up our new single In Loving Misery, which has a new video out you can also find on YouTube. So please check that out as well. We are very, very proud of that. We have a couple new things coming up through the pike as well. In this episode, Frank and I talk about the future of Vertigo Child getting on stage for the first time in June, and his excitement about finally getting to play these shows live. These songs live, excuse me, and he's very, very happy with the product as it came out. Huge shout out to him and the work he did. I listened to the whole record a couple times, and dude did fantastic work, massive growth as an artist, and I'm proud of you, man. Keep it up. With that being said, Vertigo Child and I would like to steal a moment. Welcome to another episode of the Steal a Moment podcast with me, Michael LeBois. Tonight, we have the one and only Vertigo Child. Frank, what's going on, man? How you been?
All right.
Staying busy, obviously.
Got
a new EP dropping next week, right? Or actually, I guess when this releases, it'll be this week.
It comes out in 10 days.
Holy shit. So how many tracks? What are we working with? And what are we going to be seeing from this new record?
So there are 5 songs, two of which are out right now. The Greatest Risk, which features Ollie Baxter of the band Broadside. If you haven't checked them out, do that. They're signed to Sharp Tone Records. Go on, check them out. I'm repping them right now because why not? And then let's see, almost a month ago now, I dropped a song called Lost in You. Both songs have music videos out on my YouTube. Go check them out. But yeah, there's 5 songs. The EP is called Finding Comfort in Strange Places. And I'll get into more of what the title means and all that stuff a little later.
Right on, man. Yeah, that's I listened to Lost in You the last couple of days. It's a good track, man. The video's fun. I like when you do live shot videos. I feel like it kind of shows what the artist does live, like how the vibe feels for an audience, and hopefully I know you're getting ready to play your first show or second show out soon, right?
Very first show ever as Vertigo Child is June 17th.
Whew, man. How you feeling about that? You guys ready? I know there were some changes to the band last time we talked, which was a while ago. How you guys feeling ready for that first show?
I'd say we're somewhat confident. I think I'm the nervous one because it's been coming up on 3 years since I've even been on stage.
Damn. Yeah, I can attest to that. I think we are hoping to play our first show since New Year's Eve of 2019. Hopefully sometime this year. Like unfortunately the last couple dates we've tried to book. I've had shit going on. I'm getting married this year, so it's been a little busy on that end. But tell me a little bit about Lost in You as a track. What's the story behind it? Where'd that come from? And what was the feeling behind it?
So I'm sure you know Body on Mind, the song that the single that I dropped back in 2020 now?
Yeah.
It's almost 2 years ago. Yeah. So it's kind of like it walks that same line. It's pretty much like one of those tracks. Admittedly, I consider it to be like the part two of that because it carries the same vibe. You know, if you pay attention to both songs, they're both about pretty much the same situation kind of thing. Picking up a girl, you know, doing a hanky panky funny business, whatever.
Yeah. And then catching feelings.
Oh yeah, so that's pretty much what this track was about, is the catching feelings portion of it. When you're really just immersed into the relationship and you want more, and like you're really down for this person.
Nice. Where did you shoot the video for The Greatest Risk?
So we actually shot that in two different places. We shot that at a film studio, like media studio called TuneWorks. And then my videographer's old apartment is where we shot some of those other shots.
Okay.
You'll notice in the video how I'm not always in like that studio. I'm in like the living room area.
Word. Yeah, I dug that one too. I definitely like the feel of the two tracks so far. Explain a little bit about the title. What's the finding comfort in? Well, I'm sorry, dude. I already screwed it up. I'm a little flustered today, so I apologize. Explain the title of the album and what you're hoping to get out of this run, and what you want to see, what you want people to know about this new track and record. Excuse me.
So, Finding Comfort in Strange Places. It's actually a title I've been holding on to for quite a good handful of years now, and it basically represents getting out of your comfort zone, like really getting out, and like, because I mean, you can only find comfort in like you can only be so comfortable for so long until you need to escape your comfort zone and really like get out there. And that's pretty much what I had to do during like the whole writing process. I needed to escape my comfort zone because I was so comfortable doing like, oh, you know, I'll drop another one of these songs. I'm gonna do something like this, even though I already did it and I don't want to do the same thing twice. And basically, I mean, I'd pretty much, of anyone who's been following me for a while, I found comfort in drinking, which I mentioned in Acceptance. I found comfort in vices and stuff like that, and I didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to find comfort in myself, in other places that wouldn't harm me, because I want to grow not only as a person but as an artist too.
Yeah, man, I completely understand. As somebody who's more so viceless these days, it's important to find those comforts in yourself and find the value in creating something for you first and foremost. So that's a perfect reason to kind of jump into essentially jump yourself into the deep end and be as vulnerable as possible. What can we expect from the three tracks we haven't heard yet?
There's definitely track 3 is a song that may throw everyone off because it's like the most very different Vertigo Child song. We actually didn't get any help from Mike the Mix, who's pretty much helped me out on a lot of previous work. And in 4 out of the 5 songs on this EP, he helps us out with. But this was a song with myself, my guys, and Rio. We all kind of came together on that one. And it's pretty much what I would consider to be the first like real full band Vertigo Child song. Because there's like no real, it doesn't have very many like extra production elements to it. Honest, track 4, that song, hands down, whenever the hell anyone watches this, you can go off in the comments. Honest is by far the best Vertigo Child song yet. And again, I'll fight anyone in the comments, I swear.
That's fair, man. That's fair. Hey, if that's how you feel about it, that means that it's important to you. If it's your favorite song, fuck what everybody else says. That's how I feel about it most of the time. So
it's also bro. The best song on the EP too. It is by far the best song. Like the way it's put together. We did some pretty much that song was so soft initially, and then it got this like really gritty pop punk edge to it, and then just exploded, and it's this massive hopeless romantic anthem kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny you say that. So, the song that we're releasing, that Gunpowder Empire is releasing on, I think the same day yours is out, the 25th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the song that we're dropping the video for it this Friday of recording this, so it'll already be out. Go fucking watch it. Uh but the track that we're dropping is called In Loving Misery, and I took some fucking risks on this song. Like I do a little rapping. I do a little like took some chances with some vocal styles in it, and so I definitely understand like feeling like, okay, I know that it's a good track because my fiance wakes up in the morning sometimes and is singing it. She's actually like behind me off camera working right now. But like she'll catch herself sometimes like singing the hook of the pre-chorus, and like, so I know that we wrote a good song with that. This next one we're working on has a massive feature on it that I cannot wait to tell the world about. And I'm not gonna break it here. Sorry, Frank. I'm not gonna break it here. Not you'll know sooner rather than later. I'll probably tell you after we finish wrapping up. But you know about big features, man. You know about this already.
Oh yeah, I have two on this EP.
But that's what I'm saying is like, sometimes it doesn't even have to be those tracks. Like the track that you find is the best one is the one you love the most. And for me personally, like every time I go in the studio, I feel like we write the next best Gunpowder Empire song. But there are some that are like those ones that I like. We haven't played some of these songs live yet that we've written, and we want to so bad, and I can't wait to see what they sound like live. Is that kind of the vibe you're feeling for that June show? Like finally getting to see what these will feel like live in front of an audience?
Yeah, I mean, Lost in You, since we've been practicing and rehearsing and everything, Lost in You is probably my favorite to play out of like the whole set so far. We have some surprises that we're throwing in there too, but
Okay.
only those in attendance will get to see them and hear those and all that kind of thing.
Fair enough. So I got to make a comment about this because we had a little conversation on Facebook a couple days ago. You are from the Buffalo area.
I am.
At a Sabres game, rooting for the Vegas Golden Knights, and then watching the Golden Knights lose, essentially losing the game to the two players that they traded to get Buffalo fame, Jack Eichel. What was it like there? I want to get the perspective of somebody who was actually in the arena that night, because I've heard a lot of conjecture, but I'm curious.
So every time Eichel even had the puck, all you heard was boos throughout the entire arena. I mean, there's a couple times where the crowd kind of missed their mark, and he had the puck, but they missed it. But it was loud. It was very, very loud. And I mean, yeah, I'm a Vegas fan, but I'm also from Buffalo, so I had to root for both sides and play both sides of the coin there.
That's fair.
Ever since that game, I've watched Vegas just kind of lose every game. So I'm just like, okay, you know what? Whatever.
As a very proud and loud Colorado Avalanche fan, watching Vegas crumble is the most beautiful thing in the world. And if they miss the playoffs, I'll be happy. But yeah, I was just curious because I've heard a lot of people talking about that. And then Eichel's comments after the game, it's like, oh, it took 7 years in me to leave for them to finally get interested in hockey. Like, that was brutal. Somebody's a little bitter, but I would be too if an organization decided they didn't want me to get an experimental neck surgery that I felt confident about. But at the end of the day, man, you were there for history, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and now I told myself, I'm like, I got to get an Alex Tuck jersey.
Yeah, hey, he wants to be there. He was.
Oh, he definitely wants to be there. Oh yeah, he definitely wants to be there.
So,
or here rather.
So, what was that? So now that you're getting back into getting ready to play some live shows, who are you hoping to see come through Buffalo so you can like jump on stage with them in or in your area and be like, I'm gonna play national shows with these bands? Who would you want to see come through your town now that shows are back, like pretty much in full swing, at least here in Denver. They are.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much in full swing here too. I'm literally going to one tonight.
Oh, nice. Who you seeing?
I'm seeing The Dangerous Summer tonight.
Okay. I'll have to look them up. I don't know who they are. That sounds like a hell of a show.
Their vocalist features on Honest.
Okay.
And his verse is absolutely incredible.
Okay.
But yeah, I already saw Broadside. It would be tight to actually like play a show with them and link up and do something. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to like put my finger on like certain bands because like I should say I'm just finally getting back into playing live. So I don't know exactly who and what or who I want to play shows with. Just kind of want it to be thrown at me and see what happens.
That's how it should be, man, especially when you're trying to get back into the groove. I'm going to my first official show next month. I'm actually I'm going to go see my boy Mickett Woodle in the crew Rivals.
Oh yeah, Rivals.
So they're coming to Denver, and they're like just down the street from where I live. So like I literally have no excuse to not go to this show. Mickett, Kaylee, Josh, Sebi, if you guys are watching, can't wait to see you guys in Denver. They're legit. I'm stoked to see them. And we're just hoping to get back on stage, man. I totally feel that vibe. And you know, any show that comes through, if you want to book Gunpowder, let us know. We're ready to play. It's one of those things, man. Like I definitely have like been hesitant because of the state of the world and how everything was going. But now that I have actually like been out to things, like I saw Hamilton a couple of weeks ago, which was really cool. Been to going to an Avs game next month, like, you know, finally like getting out into the world. Is that something that you guys are excited about more so than anything, is like finally just getting out and doing shows, getting to play in front of audiences? And do you have anything else booked besides that June show?
We confirmed a show, I want to say yesterday, if not the day before. That's literally 3 months after the June show. But I'm literally just trying to play shows. It's been too long. It's to that point where I'm having separation anxiety with the stage, because it's like I want to be up there. Like I've been in the crowd for 3 years. I want to go back up there.
Nice. Yeah, and I mean that's oh god, that's the same thing. Like I feel like I'm rusty. I feel like I forgot what playing in front of a crowd feels like. Recording videos is totally different than like playing in front of an actual crowd. I mean, the last video we shot, there was a crowd of one. So, you know,
it's just weird. We had what, 5 people, I want to say, at that Lost in You shoot.
Okay.
But
the camera guy made it look like there was like 25, 35 people there.
Yeah, we told him to give it off that illusion, because we were supposed to shoot that video in my guitarist's backyard and have it be like a house party type video.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Buffalo weather and how it gets here. If it's not snowing, then it's probably raining or something stupid.
Yeah.
Day before, you know, we're gonna shoot this video tomorrow, guys. Nope. No, we're not. Downpour.
Oh yeah. So the video for In Loving Misery was shot at my fiance's parents' house, and then in a warehouse in Denver, and it was easily like 12 degrees inside the warehouse while we were playing. And I'm in like, my guitarist is in like a cutoff t-shirt, my drummer's in a cutoff t-shirt, I'm in a t-shirt, like, and it was not warm in there. It was like the only heat source was one light like hanging over the top of everything. Like it was brutal. So I can understand like Buffalo weather, Denver weather, you know, it can be nice here. It's nice right now. It's according to my watch, it's 64 degrees here right now. Beautiful sunny day outside. But at the same time, like 2 days ago, there was like 7.5 inches of snow on the ground. So like, you know, weather's unpredictable. At the Hamilton game, it was like flurries for the first period and then beautiful the rest of the game, but it was like 5 degrees.
Yeah, it's 44 here right now.
Yeah, that's a bit chilly.
So let's see. You have 5 tracks coming up with this new record. You got 2 of them out already. Are you releasing any other videos for any of the other tracks later, or are you gonna wait?
The one song I didn't actually talk about, the title track, has a music video, and it's probably, I have to say, arguably out of the 3 we shot for this release cycle, this has got to be like the fun, like it's probably like the most creative that I got, because I had like a huge hand in what I wanted to do for it, and I think it'll help bring like the title of the EP together very well, so you can understand what I really mean by finding comfort in strange places.
Okay, cool. I'm dope. I'm stoked to check that out. Is that dropping with the record, or are you gonna? There's there a delayed date for that video release?
There's a delayed date, but it's for a good reason, and it'll make sense. Once people watch this, they'll understand, oh, that's what he was getting at.
Got it. Okay, cool. I'm curious to see that one too. I'm definitely picking this up, by the way, on March 25th when it drops, which will be of the release of this. It'll be this Friday. So make sure I'll have all the links in the description below for the YouTube channel, for your Instagram, for anything you want me to promote on that front, man. I am excited to see where you're going with this. Like I'm curious to see what I haven't heard yet. I'm looking forward to everything. So I'm excited to kind of just like see where you go from. Cause I mean, obviously we talked over a year ago.
I think we had just started like the writing process at that point.
Yeah. And you were trying to tease a bunch of stuff. But you were teasing things that you couldn't tease because there was no information yet. I remember, because you were like, I wish I could tell you more about this stuff, but I can't.
I can't.
Let's see here. I'm actually going into my YouTube page right now. This is great video for everybody who's watching right now. Because it's important to know when we spoke last.
Well, the last podcast, the one that it came out 11 months ago.
So it's been over a year. There it is. Episode 35. Yeah, you've definitely done a lot within a year. I mean, March 17th. So a year ago on St. Patrick's Day is when it dropped.
Yeah, and we did the actual interview like a month and a half prior, I want to say.
Yeah, I banked a lot of episodes for that first series of shows. But what's crazy is like within a year you've done everything, or you've come close to accomplishing everything you said you wanted to in that last interview. You've got the EP ready, you've got videos out for it, you've promoted the hell out of yourself and really pushed your image. What's next after this for Vertigo Child?
Good thing you asked. I have more music I'm sitting on, but you really shouldn't be surprised by that at all.
No, that's what you told me you were going to do last time. So I'm not surprised, man. Like you're fulfilling the prophecies you put in place. That's how you do this.
I'm going into the studio here, I want to say, within the next 2 to 3 weeks to record 3 songs I've been sitting on for way too long.
Okay.
And I could probably be in the studio for the rest of the year working on even more music, because I want to deliver more, because working on a full body of work is stressful. Like, I wanted to drop this EP last October.
Right.
But when it comes to releasing like full bodies of work, you have delay after delay after delay after delay, one thing after another.
Yep.
Then I got to a point where I was like, okay, look, I feel like I can comfortably release it. Got the first music video out. Okay, no problems yet. Got the second video out. We're good. Now it's literally 10 days out and everything's in place.
I can tell you for a fact how much I understand this. In Loving Misery was recorded a year ago. Or started the recording process about a year ago. So this one song has had a ton of delays due to a lot of other factors. So I 100% understand that. And that's leading into an EP coming up hopefully this year, fingers crossed. So like, you know, I 100% know that feeling as a creative and dealing with that. And setbacks sometimes are things that are just beyond our control. Like not even big things. Like literally for us, part of it was the video. Like we just couldn't get a date locked down with our director. And when we finally did, knocked that sucker out in like 2 days, got everything done. And then editing took like another 2 to 3 weeks. But like, that's the thing is like, sometimes it's just small things outside of your control. Is that what happened with you on this one?
Kinda. I want to say it was something like that. I mean, it was between waiting on mixes, waiting for merch designs to get done, waiting for revised mixes, waiting for this, waiting for that. Like it was just one thing after another. Then it was like getting the CDs all like squared away and getting everything put together on that front. And it was just like, oh my God.
It's
It's
hard
like,
when
I
you're
want this
merchandising
out.
yourself, right? It's hard when you're
Yeah.
merchandising yourself. Because you have to do everything. You don't have a PR team behind you being like, we're gonna do this one, and I think we should go with design 2. And here's your mixes, by the way. Like you don't have any of that shit. That's you. You're talking to yourself that way. So props to you, man, for even getting that far out of it. With those next 3 tracks that you're talking about, the 3 songs you were sitting on, are you gonna be working with Mike on those ones as well?
It's all with Mike.
Okay.
He actually just announced his studio that I actually seen like last week, Dreamark Studios in Lockport, New York.
Okay.
I'll be out there recording these 3 songs and probably a vast amount of more songs. Not going to be a bigger body of work, but it'll probably fizzle out into like more singles coming out from like maybe I want to say shortly after this EP drops into next year, so people have something to look forward to.
Well, I think that's kind of the direction the industry's going now. Like this year, at least in the like the metal genre or rock genre, you have a ton of records coming out in June. You have a bunch of albums coming out. Is there any albums in particular that you, as a fan of music, are looking forward to besides your own, of course?
The Michael Bublé album that drops on March 25th.
Oh, he's dropping a record? Like, is it
Yeah.
originals?
He has a cover of My Valentine out, which is a Paul McCartney song. There's a good majority of originals on there. There's like there's a cover of I think Crazy by Patsy Cline that he did with Willie Nelson on there. Which is insane to me.
Oh man. Okay. I'm here for it. There you go. Yeah, it's called Higher.
Yeah, and the title track absolutely bops.
Okay, all right. Let's do it. Sweet. I'm excited to check that out. I have officially put it on my list. That's pretty dope. I didn't even know he had a new record coming out.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a few years since he has.
3 years, and I have the album sitting right over there.
Nice. So you're looking forward to Michael Bublé and yours coming out on the same day. You gotta beat him on the charts. I'm telling you, man. So everybody go pick up this Vertigo Child EP and beat Michael Bublé. Let's do it. Come on.
Oh my God, that would be that actually happened. Somehow lands on Billboard, but for EPs and completely tanks Michael Bublé.
Oh, that would be ridiculous.
Also, here's another record for those unsigned music fans out there. My producer RJ DeMarco, who's in a band called Fernway, they're dropping their debut full-length record the same day I take the stage as Vertigo Child. It's called Auto Crave.
Okay.
June 17th. And spoiler alert, I'm planning on dropping the music video for Finding Comfort on June 17th, hours before taking the stage. There you go. There's your little secret.
Nice. Okay. So Fernway, Fernway.
That is it.
Okay. Mountain Climber is one of their tracks. Released like a year ago.
Mountain Climber, Good Enough. 23, Try Smiling. They dropped
Okay.
a new one called Stay Well.
Nice. Yeah, I'll throw that in the chat, or in the chat. I'll throw
In
that
the
in the
chat.
description as well. Clearly, I'm not all here today, guys. I apologize. It's been a rough week on a personal level, and other things. So, anyway, cool, man. I'll have to check them out. They look cool. I like the lead singers do. That's
That
cool
is my
hairstyle.
producer. That's my
Okay.
producer.
Sweet. Well, I will have to check them out for sure. They are on my list.
His band's opening the Dangerous Summer show tonight, so I'll be seeing him later.
Okay. I'm pulling out the phone again here, and we'll go Fernway here now. I already got your shit on my phone, so you don't need to worry about that. You get them Apple streams from me.
I wondered where those were coming from because they're
it's just me.
they're significantly low.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I've been repping that new Memphis Mayfire that's coming out in June.
105 plays overall. Someone's been jamming If You Feel Lonely, Lost in You, and The Greatest Risk.
There you go. I mean, so the growth will be there. Don't you worry. When the EP drops, everything will blow up. You'll be fine. I honestly, like, we did our rap on Spotify and it was like 860 listens, but we looked at our Apple listens and they were like in the 5,000 to 6,000, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Good to know that, we have some listeners. We're that weird, like, backwards group that, like, everybody who listens to us listens to, like, Apple or YouTube Music, and not as much on Spotify. But
I have majority Spotify. I have one of my fans says they listen on Amazon Music. I'm like, that's an interesting one.
As long as they're listening
Apple
to
Music. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how I look at it. Like, we're trying to grow the YouTube page with acoustic videos, and covers and stuff. With stuff we can't monetize, obviously, because we don't own the rights to most of those songs.
Yeah.
All of those songs, excuse me. Not all of them are public domain yet. Like, I want to do Winnie the Pooh, like a Winnie the Pooh song, because now that Winnie the Pooh's public domain, we should do like the theme song or something. But like that's one of the crazy things about music right now is like how different it is compared to even 10 years ago. Going back to sort of the single vibe, like dropping singles versus full albums. Do you feel like that's kind of benefited you more, being able to drop the singles first and then have an EP later, and then going back to dropping singles and maybe compiling them into a full record later?
So I mean, obviously I won't know what people prefer or like what the better option is until next week.
Okay.
See if people want more or if they want small, like, little pockets of music over time. But I mean, I'm starting to actually prefer doing singles because obviously it's like, okay, this song sounds different from that song. Like, you get a multitude of different sounds coming like every month to 3 months or so. And I feel like that would be beneficial.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I feel like the part of the reason why we're doing what we're doing now is just trying to kind of really get everything, as comfortable as possible, and then like go in, remix, EP. Like, remix, remaster the tracks that we've already released, maybe add a feature or two in some of the other ones that are already done. Can't confirm nor deny any of that. I'm pulling a Frank right now, in front of everybody. But yeah, like, that's one of those things. Like, we felt the same way, and it's kind of the conversation I've had with a lot of musicians, is more along the lines of like dropping that single. A perfect example is Memphis Mayfire. They have a full album coming out, but they've been dropping singles essentially since last April, like every 2 months, and leading up to the release of the record. So they have, like, I think they're going to drop one more this month, and then one more in April, and then when the record comes out in June, they're going to drop another video. At least that's the pattern that they've been going with. So I think that that's kind of the vibe that a lot of bands are going with now. It's like we'll have like a couple 2-3 lead singles, which is really what the style was even in the 90s and early 2000s, which you'd have 2 or 3 really strong tracks. But instead of releasing them after the album is out, or like release one and then release the album and then release the other 2, it's release the singles and then bring the album on the back end.
It's just like drip feeding. That's all it really is.
That's a
single, full release.
Yep. If you guys haven't seen the cover art yet, you should head over to Instagram or Facebook, and Vertigo Child's pages, and you can see the dope artwork and design for everything.
You can see the front and the back.
Yes, you can. I'm scrolling through right now, looking at the front and the back, and looks like you got your merch designs up as well. Are they live?
Yeah, vertigochild.bigcartel.com.
All right, that'll be in the description as well.
A boy is hungry and wants food, so buy my merch.
Yes. Purchase merch as best you can. It's a great way to support your artists, especially in the age of streaming. As we both know, streaming does not always pay the bills.
Nope.
So we have, stuff to eat and drink. I believe both you and I have day jobs of some kind. So we can eat or drink, but we would like to not have to worry about those to feed our mouths and our bodies.
If you buy a physical copy, I actually shouted out my day job in there.
I don't. As much as I love my day job, I don't see myself shouting out my day job.
Oh, I only did that because they helped me fund the EP.
I mean, technically mine did too, but not physically. Like it just came out of my paycheck.
You paid me on Friday. That's gonna go towards more funding.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the $500 bonus, my quarterly bonus that went to the studio. So how is working with is it Tyler White? Is that your video producer?
Tyler White of Red Owl Media, yeah.
Yeah, how is working with him?
He's a funny guy. When we did the Greatest Risk video shoot, we were just laughing so much. It was so hard to get me serious because me and then the guy who owns TuneWorks, like all 3 of us, the camaraderie was there. And we could not stop laughing. In between takes, he'd say something stupid. We'd all laugh for 5 minutes, try and get serious again, but it was so hard to do so. Then we got to his apartment, his old apartment, and everything was fine there. As far as the Lost in You video was concerned, it was just a sweaty, hot mess because we had hot lights on us the whole time. Yep. That was still fun.
As long as it's fun, man. Like working with a director is always fun. The guy we shot in Loving Misery with, Kyle Lamar of Digital Mile, dude is a consummate professional. His crew is awesome. 2 full day shoots, man. Like, the vibe. At near the end, you're all getting tired and hungry. We did, I think we did 15 takes of the same song from like 15 different angles. So like, it's just
I think we did that for Lost in You. We just had to keep doing the same shit over and over and over again.
And he's like, "Don't move." You're like, "I can't." Don't move. You're like, "Okay." No. You don't understand. You can't leave the X. I'm like, okay, I got it. He was just messing with me though. I found out later. Like he was like, yeah, we didn't use any of that. That was more my battery died, so I was just playing with you. I was like, oh, thanks, Kyle. I love you too, man. Shout out to Digital Mile and Kyle Lamar and the crew.
He would literally be telling me, because of course I'm center stage. He'd be like, you got to stay right here, otherwise you're out of the frame. And I'm just like, but I want to move. You got to stay right here.
Yeah. The my favorite instruction is don't look down the barrel of the camera. Okay, now look down the barrel of the camera. Like, okay, I get that there are 2 different shots, but it's really hard to pretend the camera's not there when there's nobody else here. He's like, yeah, but you gotta like, we would go through the editing process, and he's like, "You looked in the camera, you dumbass." I'm like, "I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." But unfortunately, man, I got to wrap this up because I got to get back to work. But right now, this is the part where you get to promote yourself. Vertigo Child, the floor is yours, my friend.
So I'm Vertigo Child, and my debut EP, which is about, I want to say, a year and a half, 2 years in the making, is out Friday, March 25th. My bad. Ignore me. I didn't say that. Comes out Friday, March 25th, and it features Ollie Baxter from Broadside on the first track and AJ Perdomo from The Dangerous Summer on track 4 called Honest. It is probably my proudest work to date. I worked really hard on it. So did everyone involved. I'm playing a show Friday, June 17th, here in Buffalo at Buffalo Ironworks. Tickets are available if you so happen to be listening to this, watching this, want to come fly into Buffalo and have a good time. The lineup's stacked. I got the homies in Winsky at the helm, the Impurity, and my homie Justin. His name is Jolly Cypher. He's a rapper. It's gonna be fun. Shout out Mike the Mix. I'll be in the studio with him soon, working on a ton of new tunage. Could potentially drop a new song 3 months after the EP comes out, but you didn't hear that from me. We'll see. Mike has my word here. So if it doesn't come out in June around there, well, sorry. Anyway, shout out RJ DeMarco, shout out Fernway, shout out everyone who listened to the first podcast I did with Mike, stealing a moment, but I already stole a moment, and now he's got to go get back to work and do what he's got to do, and I got to go get ready because I'm going to see The Dangerous Summer tonight. Love you guys.
Awesome, man. Frank, thank you as always. If you guys like what you heard from my boy Vertigo Child, all of his stuff will be down in the description below. Also, don't forget to click like, subscribe, click the bell, do all that fun stuff on YouTube. If you're listening to this on any of the audio platforms that this is on and you don't get to see our beautiful faces, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, please rate and review on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you're listening to this. Shout out to my unsponsored love for Spreaker.com for keeping all that in front of me all the time. Check out my other podcast with Mickett Woodle of Rivals and Nikki Misery of New Year's Day as we talk about everything nerd on This Was a Star Wars Podcast. And stick around as Red Hood Rising may have more in the works in the next few months, including a potential sports podcast. But as always, Frankie, man, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. Good luck with everything. Make sure to pick up the new record on March 25th, which will be, as of the airing of this, Friday. If you're listening to this in the future, why don't you already have it? And stick around for Gunpowder Empire dropping a new music video on the Friday before this is released, so go watch it. And our new single, In Loving Misery. Thank you for letting me shill on my own podcast as well, Frank. As always, brother, take care, and I'll let you know as soon as this is up. I'll send you all the info.
Sound good.
Take care, brother. Peace.
It almost feels like someone else is living my life. 'Cause it almost feels like someone else is